Hello everyone, welcome to our channel once again. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates, and also leave a comment to express your thoughts on this. The presenter of Democracy Today, a popular political program on AIT News, Ijeoma Osamor, has shared what happened, which led to the detention of Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-rufai, in Anambra State in 2012. Recall that El-rufai, who said he was in Anambra to monitor a by-election, had accused Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi of being behind his arrest because he was the governor of Anambra State at the time. He said he would have retaliated what he did when Labour Party candidate visited Kaduna State few days ago, but he would not because Northerners are civilized people. Speaking about the incident, Ijeoma Osamor said he initially alleged the State Security Service picked him up, but if you look at the comments of former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, he said the SSS controlled by the PDP, Peter Obi, was in APGA, not in PDP then. He wasn't the only one that was picked up anyway. According to INEC guidelines, on election day, there is restriction for you to move from one polling unit to the other. Some of them were found going around polling units during elections, and that was a crime. Recall what happened in Edo State. Nyesom Wike couldn't come out from his hotel room during the last Edo governorship election. They stopped him from going from polling unit to polling unit. That was exactly what happened to El-rufai. But I wonder why, if El-rufai at this moment is saying that the SSS picked him up, how come he's linking the Labour Party candidate to what happened to him in 2012? Peter Obi wasn't in charge of the SSS at that time. So where is this coming from?
Wow. The Holy Book said, if God is for you, who can be against you? I think that is the case of Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate. You know, it was on news yesterday that the governor of Kaduna State, El-rufai, came out to accuse, Peter Obi of arresting him in 2012 and detaining him. And he also mentioned that he can also replicate that now that he's the governor of the state when Peter Obi visited. And Peter Obi, came out to say he never did that. And Nigerians were like, did this happen or did this not happen? The truth is that the facts about El-rufai detention in Anambra in 2012 has emerged. Yes, the truth about the fact about El-rufai's detention in 2012 has emerged. What really happened? Now, this is a clear case of violation of electoral processes. And, this has been happening. Every election, anytime you are having an election, governors and eminent people from other political parties will fly into the states where election is to take place to monitor elections. But there are rules guiding this election, electoral rules by INEC, which one is restriction. Now, the restriction is you are not allowed to be moving from one polling unit to another polling unit when you don't have business in in that polling unit. And even cars are restricted and all that, because the way it is configured, programmed, you with your voter's card, you can only walk a distance between not far from you to cast your vote. That is why even now that doing the voters registration, you have what they call transfer of voters card. Let's say, for instance, you are living in Lekki and you move down from mainland and in Ikeja. So what you do is you go to the nearest registration center and move your location from Lekki to Ikeja, so that on the day of election, you don't need to travel. All you need to do is just walk down from your street to your polling unit, vote, and go back home if you want to. And if you want to stay there to wait for your vote to be counted, you also do that. So these governors who traveled from eminent Nigerians who traveled from their state to the state where election will be held, most times they are not allowed to go out. This is exactly what happened to Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, in the last election in Edo State. When Obaseki, moved from APC, when they disqualified him, he moved from APC to PDP. The PDP governors rallied around him, supported him and all that. But on the day of election, Wike came in to Edo State, but he was not allowed to go out in the hotel where he was because he has no business moving from one polling unit to another. So what they did is that they stopped him from moving from one polling unit to another. That was exactly what happened. Now, El-rufai, 2012, came to Anambra State for the by-election. Don't forget, there's a restriction of movement in that area. And El-rufai was moving from one polling unit to another. That was when the DXX stopped him and restricted him to his hotel room. Now, Peter Obi was a Labour Party member. As at then, PDP was in power. And don't forget that as a governor, you don't have the power to give order to even police. You don't have the power. Orders come from the IG to police. Orders come from the top military officer, the chief of army staff, and the chief of air staff. Those are the people orders come from. So, as a governor of Anambra State, what is his name again? Peter Obi has no power to order anybody's around. In fact, to order the DSS. But by electoral rules, the DSS stopped Nasir El-rufai from moving from one polling unit to another, and they restricted him to his hotel room until the election was over. Now, this is 2022. After how many years? That is after 10 years. Now we are talking about electing a credible president that will lead us out of this chaos we find ourselves, economic crisis that we find ourselves. The same people who has been in the government, who has, a part of the government that have led us to where we are today, are now coming out to accuse, the presidential candidate of Labour Party. Hopefully, Nigerians are hoping that this will bring a turnaround, and now accusing him of detaining him in Anambra State. But thank God for the young woman who is an anchor of a democracy today in AIT. She has been able to analyze to Nigerians what really happened. Kudos to her. So the facts about what really happened to El-rufai has been revealed. So if El-rufai is bold enough, let him come out and contradict these findings. Let him come out and contradict these findings. Like I said earlier, that if God is for you, who can be against you? God is raising men to fight for Peter Obi in this cause. That is exactly what I see. Well, this is just my take concerning this. Thank you for tuning in. I want to say, please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and comment. Thank you.